Hey guys, it's Craig at Area 419, introducing you to something brand new to the market. It's the Impact 4000 weapons-mounted laser rangefinder system from Vortex. This is ballistic calculator integrated with their geoballistics. We're very importantly going to street at about 2,000 bucks. Those are the top lines. This is a super capable unit. We've had one for a little over a month now. You're going to hear from Nathan on his experience with it relative to his Raptor that he's been running for quite some time. But I want to open this up for you and give you some top lines about it. So here we go. Brand new unit. Hadn't even cut the plastic. As we open this unit, something you can always say about Vortex is their packaging. They do a lot of good work there. You open it, you've got your QR code for getting started. This is always a super useful thing that they do, as well as the inspection card. The unit's right on top. As you pick up the unit, it's a little bit bigger than some units on the market, like the new Mars unit, but that thing again is clocking in at 8,000 to 10,000 bucks. This is about, from a footprint standpoint, the size of a Raptor. It sits a little bit higher on your rail because of the way they've done the mounting. The upside of that mounting, though, is they've done a good job of making it quite rigid against the actual internals of the system. You've got a nice display. You've got all your controls. This is the meat of the unit. You'll hear a lot more about it from me in this, as well as from Nathan with his kind of on-the-range report. Also comes with the Bluetooth remote. This is nice from a cable management standpoint. If you've ever tried to put remotes or lights or anything that has an external switch, cable management on your rifle can be kind of a pain. This guy's Bluetooth, it's a nice product. In the little boxes that come with it, this one comes with a little shower cap as well as your battery, your tools, your instructions. Not going to open this one. But in the bottom, this is a cool feature they send. This has 3 mounts for your remote that will hold it securely against the rifle, and they give you options to mount with either key mod, M-lock, or Picatinny. They also include some Velcro if you just want to Velcro that unit on, but each of these can be mechanically attached to your rifle, and then the little notches in the remote lock into that, so you get a really secure mount for your remote. That's the packaging, how it's going to come to you. But the unit itself, it's quite nice. Again, key selling points of this, it is a really high quality, I won't say entry level, but non-night vision scaled laser rangefinder with integrated ballistic software. It's got a nice display, sits a little taller than some other units, but if you're looking for something to get into the weapons mounted laser rangefinder game and you don't want to spend 8,000 to 10,000 bucks on a Raptor or a Mars, this is a really cool option. This thing's on a street at about 2,000 bucks. Again, we've had one for about a month. We're really impressed with it. Let's go talk to Nathan, see what he's experienced on the range, what he's experienced using this thing in a team match, and see what his thoughts are as a Raptor owner.
Hey guys, I've been using the Impact now for a few weeks, including having shot a team-style sniper match with it just this past weekend. So for a little bit of background, I have my Raptor S that I've had for about a year, and I've used in many of the same ways. Sport settings, in daylight, ranging, engaging, steel targets out to 1,200 yards or so on average. All of that being said, my first impressions with the Impact have been very, very good. If you're using a weapons-mounted LRF in similar settings, I think the Impact is going to do most of what the Raptor does with a better experience and at a fraction of the price. So when we start to look at build quality, the Vortex is super solid. It mounts using a Picatinny rail mount with big 1/2-inch bolts on the side, which in my use so far has been very, very repeatable with no big zero shifts that I've noticed, versus the Raptor, which is mounting with a single quarter 20, just sucking it down onto the top of a pick rail, which I've seen shifts, and I know that's not an uncommon experience for a lot of people. When it comes to size or footprint between the two, the Raptor and the Impact are overall very, very similar in size, but the Vortex sits taller because the Raptor will straddle a pick rail. This will sit very proudly above it, but with the Impact you get the larger screen and a centered laser emitter, which is very useful for zeroing. That may not matter to some people, but I know it will to some. So with the larger screen on the Impact, the overall experience is very, very good. Your menu navigation, changing settings, and then actually using it with ballistics and ranges being displayed. Very intuitive, as well as this windscreen. Being able to input speed and direction is super solid, super quick to do, in a match in the field. I like it a lot. In use, the time it takes for either one of these to display either a range or a elevation hold is very, very comparable, but the impact has a scan mode, which is a rapid refresh, so you can move between multiple targets or try and pick out a skyline target or a hard to hit target and watch how it's hitting, and it makes it a little easier to do that. Now, I'd be missing a very important point if we didn't talk about the fact that the Vortex does not have any night vision, IR features like the Raptar does. So if you need those features, the Vortex is probably not what you're looking for. But if you're a daylight only guy, my experience so far says to go with the Vortex. Save a ton of money and have something that is more responsive and more simple to use.
So guys, that's it. It's the Impact 4000 weapons-mounted laser rangefinder system from Vortex. It's got integrated ballistics, great controls, Bluetooth remote, and the big story here is this thing's going to street at about $2,000. That's a fraction of the cost of anything else in its class. We think that a lot of people are going to have the opportunity with this in the market to get into a weapons-mounted LRF that they couldn't have previously, and open up a lot of possibilities in how they're using their systems. If you have the opportunity to play with one of these or touch one of these, they're hitting the market as of today, but we think this will be a massively popular product, so it may take some time for them to be readily available. We think they did a heck of a good job. If you got any questions, drop them in the comments below. Until next time.